Welcome back. As of this video and future videos, I have decided to no longer put the introduction in front of each video. Instead, I'm going to refer you back to my very first video, which is 1-0. That's going to go over more detail about the backdrop, the purpose of these videos, the markings on the floor, my shoes, my shoulders, my right wrist indicator, about donations, and also how my movements are exaggerated for demonstrative purposes, and also to remind you to subscribe so that you get notices of future videos. So last session, we went over grasping the sparrow's tail. Today's video tutorial is going to be how we transition from grasping the sparrow's tail into single whip, and we're going to break down the details of single whip. So in our last video, we were finishing up with the fingertips up. As we transition into single whip, let's focus on the legs first. We're going to shift back. The weight's going to be back over the left leg, and I'm going to pick up the right foot, which is currently horizontal on this yellow front line. And I'm going to turn it to be on the vertical yellow line. Then I'm going to shift my weight into the right leg, bring my left foot to my right foot, and now I'm not going to step on this horizontal yellow line in the front. I'm going to step behind, back here on the horizontal green line. So back here. And now it's perfectly in line on the green line. As I shift my weight, my knee is over the toe. As I shift that weight, once I'm weighted here, it happens simultaneously. That right foot will turn to a 45. Okay? All right. So if we can demonstrate that again, 45. This one's vertical, fingertips up. Weight to the left. Turn that right toe in. It is now vertical. Bringing that left foot in. And I'm not going to step here. I have to step back on this back green line. And as I set it down, it's heel, then toe. And as I shift, that right toe turns to a 45. Now this foot is perfectly in line with this back horizontal line, and this is at a 45. All right, let's do it again. Now let's incorporate the hands. So as we have finished up with the fingertips coming up, this whole right side of my body moves. As this right foot turns to be on this vertical yellow line, it brings the whole side of my right body with it. Okay, fingertips were up, this left hand comes down, and the whole right side of my body is here. And I'm holding the ball, bringing my left foot in. Then I'm going to form a crook with my right hand that's grasping all of the fingertips together. The left hand comes up on the inside with my palm facing my body here. The back of my hand is facing towards the camera. As I step back to this line over here, the whole left side of my body, just like the right side moved together, the whole left side of my body is going to move together. So as this foot is out, the whole left side of my body turns here. The right hand, if you'll notice, didn't move. When I formed the crook with my right hand, it was directly over this yellow line. Okay, because this is the center line of my body right now, is right here. That's where I formed the crook. I'm going to leave it there. Okay, so it stays over this yellow line, and my foot will turn to the 45 degree. Okay? The breath comes in as you bring the hands in. We'll go back through this again. Fingertips are up, 45. The weight's in the right leg. Breathing in. There's the breath in. This all happens together, and then the breath out. All right. Now, let's transition from the front so you can see this side of it. In the form, you will see it going this direction. But we're going to practice this going all the directions so that you can see it. So we just demonstrated how we normally transition from grasping the sparrow's tail to single whip in the form, which is you're facing the east direction with your fingertips coming up, finishing grasping the sparrow's tail, and then you're transitioning to single whip, which faces the west side of the form. Now I'm going to do it another direction from the north to the south so that you can see all sides of this transition. So we just finished, normally toward the east, with our fingertips up and grasping the sparrow's tail. The weight goes back to the left leg. This moves the whole right side of your body. And you'll notice my foot is going from facing the north to facing the west. Now I'm going to transition my weight into the right leg. Holding the ball, I formed the crook with my fingers, putting all my fingers together. That left hand comes up, looking at my palm. Now I'm going to step not here on this green line, but over there on the yellow line. You have to make sure that your heels do not stay in alignment here, but it goes over here to the yellow line. Transitioning as that weight shifts, that right foot will also transition. Okay, good. All right, so that was going north to south. I'm going to go over the west to the east transition so you can see it from this angle. All right, so we just finished the fingertips up. Weight goes back into the left. The whole right side of the body moves. Notice the foot goes from pointing at the west wall and turns all the way to face the south, bringing the foot in, forming the crook, and stepping not here on the green. There we go. Knee over the toe. This is even with my shoulder. This is at 45, and the right hand is left back over here on the green line. All right, good. That was going from west to east. So now we're going to demonstrate how we transition from this angle. My right foot is in front. We just finished grasping the sparrow's tail. I'm going to shift my weight into that back left leg. The whole right side of my body is going to move simultaneously. So my right hand and right foot turn. Turning in. Now my right foot is pointing towards this wall over here as I bring my left foot in, holding the ball, forming the crook. The left hand comes up. Notice I'm not close to my body here, and I'm not stretched out. That same angle with the fist between the back of your arm and your rib cage. Come through here, stepping that left foot over. Not here. It's not on the same line. It's over there. As I shift, the knee is over the toe, and the right toe now, which was facing the wall, is now turning at 45. And the right hand stayed over the green line, which is where it was. Here. Nice. All right. So that was the transitions from grasping the sparrow's tail to single whip. So as you practice this, make sure that you're getting the breath proper, which you just finished the fingertips up. You're pulling the energy, the breath in here as that right side moves. Notice it's at pointing this way, and then it doesn't stop at 45. It goes all the way towards the front. Still bringing the breath in. Good. As you form the crook, this is when the whole breath begins, because now you're expanding. This is the end of the breath in, and then the breath out. Make sure you put the heel down first, not the toe, the heel. There's the breath out. And there's the end of the breath out. Remember that you are trying to time the breath with the movement. And that's the end of today's tutorial. Grasping the sparrow's tail, transitioning into single whip. Next session, we're going to transition from single whip into our next tutorial, which will be play guitar. Until then, have a wonderfully Zen day.